Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Destiny video, and another exotic weapon video. You guys seem to enjoy the one that I put up last week for Red Death, so I figured I'd revisit another weapon that I haven't yet covered. Which is strange, because this is actually one of my all-time favourite exotics. And the gun I'm talking about is Thorn. As you know, I love my hand cannons, and Thorn, being a hand cannon, therefore has my attention. And as of late, it's actually earned my exotic weapon slot over my trusty icebreaker. And you know how much I go on about the icebreaker. So, with that being said, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what makes this weapon so special, then talk PvE and PvP. First up, Thorn doesn't carry an element. It deals kinetic damage, which means, just like I said in my Red Death video, in the event you're running a Nightfall with a burn, you might not want to keep this as your primary of choice. However, it does have an edge over other kinetic damage weapons, and I'll get to that in a second. The first perk on the tree worth talking about is Final Round. This means that the last round in the magazine deals bonus damage, so that is especially useful in PvP when you're dealing with multiple enemies, but will similarly help finish off an enemy in a PvE engagement. Then you have Mark of the Devera, the defining perk that makes Thorn the beast that it is. Rounds pierce targets and cause lingering damage over time. This right here is what makes Thorn such a dominant weapon in PvP, and also makes it equally viable in a wide variety of PvE scenarios. See, for those of you that haven't seen this in action, this effectively applies a burning venom to the enemy which deals damage even when you're not shooting. As you can see here, on weaker mobs I can simply shoot them once and let the burn do the rest, and on stronger enemies it can help burn their health down a little bit quicker. So, while I said that if you're running a Nightfall and there's a burn, this may not earn your primary slot, it can however still do some nasty damage, especially against the beefier, sometimes shielded enemies. Take the Cabal Phalanxes for example. You know by now that if you shoot their shield, you'll usually be presented with an immune text prompt on screen, implying that you're doing no damage. So your usual behaviour would be to shoot their hand, make them flinch, and then pop them in the head. Alternatively, you could pull out Thorn, shoot their shield, and watch them burn. Lovely. Also, before I talk PvP, just listen to the gun for a second. It has one of the coolest sounding shots in the game, at least in my opinion. And recognising this sound will actually help you going into PvP. See, most exotic weapons have unique sounds, which means if you're in the Crucible and you hear gunfire, if someone is using an iconic weapon, you'll know before you see them, and that might even infer the way that you engage them. I for one know that if I hear someone using Thorn, that I need to be quick with my shots because you don't want to be hit with that burning. See, it's the burning, or the devouring effect should I say, that makes this so lethal. And that actually segues quite nicely into me talking about PvP engagements. See, the Thorn can, a lot of the time, kill in 2 shots, simply because if you land 2 well-placed headshots, invariably the burn will do the rest. Even if the enemy runs around the corner, they can't shake the burn, they merely need to wait for it to end and pray that it does so before their health is depleted. Which also means, if you see a fleeing enemy, then tag them with a single shot and you can ensure that they'll feel the burn for a little bit longer before they're safe. You can also switch around the perks in the tree to improve Thorn's effective range, and while the recent 1.1.1 update did nerf hand cannons on the long range damage spectrum, it obviously doesn't stop the devouring effect. So long as you can land the shot, the effect is applied. Sure, you may not be sniping with this gun, but if you've gone up against a Thorn, then you'll know that the instinctive reaction when you are burning is to hide. So even if you are out of range to kill the enemy, you can often keep them at bay or control them with a sneaky tag. And that is why I rate this weapon so highly, and why it's one of the best guns in PvP. Not necessarily the best, but one of the best. And with that being said, following suit with my last video, I'm going to give this gun 2 ratings. One from me, and one from 269, who is the better FPS and PvP player. Personally, I'm going to put this gun right up there and give it 5 stars. Technically I should drop that down a bit, given that the lack of burn means it's not always suited to all my choice engagements, but the overall power of this weapon just pushes it back up for me. As for 2.6, he rated this with 4 stars. He similarly stated that the most lethal aspect of this gun is the burn, and that alone does make it a killer in PvP. However, being more of a pulse and auto rifle player, he naturally leans more towards rifles than hand cannons. So, there you have it. That's it for my Thorn review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you think of Thorn, and also what is your favourite exotic. As always, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you're not already subscribed and you're not already part of the Arekkz Gaming Nation, then hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video. Thank you very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.